what's going on with that? I guess the more you pay for StreamYard, the worse it gets. Anyhow, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I'm your host, Fred Schultz, and I've got a pretty cool show tonight. I've got some great guys on here tonight, to be honest with you. I got guys who were at the World Cup. I've got Drake. Drake is an up-and-coming photographer, videoer. He's just really good at electronics. And I've got the guy that actually brought me back into paintball, one of them, on here tonight, who is a terrific video guy, great drone guy. A lot of you out there know him as Freddie the Ref. So Freddie's going to be on tonight. I've also got Brody Davis on tonight, and all of us are going to be talking paintball. We're going to talk about the World Cup, and we're going to talk about paintball. I want to talk a little bit tonight about, the past, what we've seen in paintball, and how far it's come and what we expect of it in the future. Now, last week I had, David Stain on, I also had Aaron Carey on, and those two, they're working very, very hard in the media section also. So I'm going to give a shout out to both of those. I think the more media we get, the more positive media we get, the better off we're going to be. Okay. So that's where I want to go. I only deal with positive people. You'll see no negative people on my show, period. You know what I mean? If you're negative for paintball, I don't badmouth you, but I will do nothing for you, period. Absolutely. And then, I have Mike Boogie on. I can't pronounce his last name, so I hit it with a bunch of boogies. But Boogie's a great guy. He's been around for a lot of years. I had him on last week. We had a lot of fun talking, a lot of great stories. Him and Jeff Munoz, those two guys have been around forever. Absolutely great guys. And they were great interviews, too. What's going on, Jeff? We got Jeff up there in Canada watching us. What's up, brother? I miss you, man. You got to get down here and play a tournament or something with us. You know that, don't you? So anyhow, I'm going to give my shout outs real quick because I'm going to bring these guys out here. This will be a pretty good group tonight, and I'm really looking forward to it. But, we've got Thanksgiving coming up, everybody. And everybody's always like, hey, what's going on? Howdy. There's a guy I absolutely love. Love hanging around him. Great person. Anyhow, back to Thanksgiving. A lot of things I'm thankful for, always. Obviously, my family is number one. But, there's a lot of things, paintball, I've been in paintball for now 41 years, Bud Orr and I, we kind of hung together, traveled together, and we still do things together. And, I'm just so grateful for the people that I've got to meet in paintball and what paintball has really done for me. It has been, it's something that it's hard to really explain. Mark Gong, happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend. I just, the people that I've got to meet, there's all kinds of blessings. Like I say, my family is my number one blessing. But the people that I've had the honor and privilege to meet in the sport of paintball over the years and actually hang out with and have a great time, like Mark Gong, and James McGuff, it's just priceless, guys, and I'm sure most of you out there feel the same way as I do, just like we just were at the World Cup, okay? Now, I got to see a lot of people and meet new people, which is something I just love the hell out of doing. But anyhow, I got to see a lot of my friends there that you normally do not see unless you go to a tournament or a big game or something to do with paintball, because obviously we don't live alongside each other. So it's not easy to see each other. But when you go to one of these, to me, that's like the big blessing. I love paintball. I love playing. I still play, and I love the hell out of playing. But, I got to tell you, the big treat to me and the real win to me is the day before I play, I get to hang out with all my friends. Then through the whole weekend, I get to sit and talk with them and have a great time. And, that's just a blessing. So I hope everybody is going to have a terrific Thanksgiving. And you know what? Stay in touch with your paintball buddies, because they mean a lot. Like I always say, individually, we can do something for paintball, but collectively, we can do a lot for paintball, period. So anyhow, let me get my shout outs real quick so I can get these guys out here because the group tonight is pretty cool. I'm actually very, very happy to have these guys on. But I start every week with Tim Schloss. Tim Schloss has tiger stripe camouflage, and he also has the last of the WCPL tournaments in St. Louis at Gateway Paintball. Great, great place to play. Absolutely terrific. If you're ever in the area, you want to go check it out. And then my little buddy Bud Orr, Bud and I, we go back, like I say, we go back 41 years. I got pictures of him and I hanging out, doing all kinds of stuff, man. Thank you very much, Eric. I appreciate that, my friend. And a happy Thanksgiving to you, too. And Gumby, what's up, my brother? Wow, great. I got to tell you, my audience, I just, I can't say enough about them. I really, really can't. Taking an hour out of their life to sit and listen to me ramble on about paintball is just a blessing. I don't count it any other way, but an absolutely true blessing. And I appreciate all of you. And then Dan and John Colby. Dan has Panhandle Paintball down there in Florida. And if you get a chance, you're going to want to go play it. And Dan is also one of the owners, the 4 owners of the WCPL. And then Tom K. Tom K was my long time sponsor, Airgun Designs. Shot the Automag for many, many years. And I know Gumby loves the Automag. It's absolutely very, very cool. And, I have some great friends in the sport of paintball. I have to go, I love Bud Orr. I have to put Tim Schloss probably at the top of the cherry. He'd be the cherry on a Sunday, but Bud Orr would be holding that cherry up. So that's how close those two are. And Dan Colby. These guys, Kevin Donaldson, these guys have been friends of mine for years and have done so much for me. And I always mention Rainey and Juby Boucher. I had Paintball News back in the day. Randy Camilla gave me my very first cover shot on APG. Jerry Braun had Paintball Sports back in the day. Ross Alexander, my very first marker sponsor. I still have my Bushmaster sitting up here. That's when games were 45 minutes long and the teams were 15 men. Now it goes down to 3-man teams, and some of the games last 15 seconds. So it's crazy, where it's come since then. And then Jim Lively had the Gold Rush Open, and we let him do it underneath the wing of the WCPL up there in Malala, Oregon at Action Paintball. It was a great, great, great time. I absolutely loved it. And then I always say hi every week to the future of our sport, Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong. And I know Mark Gong Jr. is done playing baseball now. One heck of a little athlete. Just a terrific, terrific kid. So I'm going to cut it right there. I'm going to stop. I appreciate everything. Like I say, all you guys are great. Yeah, 15 man. That's right. He says that because Mark was on the show with me. We did the #1 show. I shot it right on New York Street at MGM Disney down there in Orlando. And then they put it on ESPN2, and we blew away everything that weekend. And the funny part about it was Reebok sponsored me, and Reebok sent us all our uniforms, but they were all tights. And here I had Dan Colby and Tom K, and all of these guys were in tights. It was hilarious. You had to be there to see it. It was crazy. But anyhow, let me bring my guys out because I want to talk about World Cup. I want to talk about, what they thought. And I want to talk about the future and the past of paintball, something I absolutely love. So I'm going to start right now with a kid that I met out there, taking pictures, working his butt off, just doing an absolutely great job. And I think he absolutely loves the sport of paintball. Please, everybody, welcome Drake. I hope I'm going to pronounce your name right. Please.
T-Pulls, but you got close.
I always get close, but never know banana. That's what sucks. They call me the name butcher. Now I know why. So how you doing this evening, my friend?
Oh, I'm still readjusting from that 50-hour drive from Florida back to Oregon. I had barely recouped from the drive there, but we made it back. We're in one piece. Car's in one piece. Check engine light only came on 3 times.
I love it, man. Outstanding. Well, we got a couple of cool guys on here tonight, Drake. I've got I want to introduce you to a guy, Freddie the Ref. He did tons and tons of videos and still shots and terrific drone work back in the day. And I think that you two should link up on Facebook and just talk back and forth. And you never know, you guys might even throw together a project together sometime because he's very knowledgeable, and you are definitely an up and coming star, my friend. So please, everybody, welcome my little buddy Freddie the Ref.
Little
What's going
buddy.
on, Freddie?
I love that. Little buddy. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Hey, it had nothing to do with your height. Okay.
well, okay.
No,
Well,
he always thinks because he's 3'6" that I'm always teasing him about his height, and I'm not. Go ahead.
I'm glad you took my advice about the Rogaine. The hair's growing in really good.
Ah,
Listen,
another barb.
listen, it's funny that you mentioned, oh, you should have seen us in the tights. I was there the day that you guys filmed that. And
Were
it
you
was-
really?
Yeah. Yeah, because they had signs all over the park that said paintball this way. So you would go into where it was New York, which is now around where Galaxy's Edge is now, and
Right.
that's where they were shooting. That's where you guys were shooting it. So
Man, you
it was
remember the
awesome.
crowd there?
Yes,
The crowds outside of the fence was so
Yes,
cool.
it
Oh,
was.
yeah, they had
It
us
really
all
was.
amped up. Absolutely cool. Well, you know what? We're going to talk a little paintball. I'm going to bring out, I have our fourth guest here tonight. A guy that, I think is pretty cool. I only put on, Freddie, you've known me for a long time. I
Yeah.
only put on people I think are good for the sport,
Yeah.
Everybody else, they can warm up the bus and hit the road. I don't care. I just, I like good people. Enjoy it. So please, everybody, welcome one more good person tonight. Everybody, welcome Brody Davis. Now I got your name right, Brody.
Yeah, you did. Absolutely.
Wow, not bad. I barely got mine. So that's 2 out of 4. That's okay, I guess. What's going on? We got
Almost
Weiss
half.
Cook watching right now. Dave, what's going on, my friend? So, anyhow, I get the best people in the world watching this thing. So, Brody, you were at the World Cup, right?
Yeah, I was.
Yep.
Actually, I think I met Drake there too, right?
For the first time in person, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to talk a little bit about Drake, and we're going to talk a little bit about Freddie. But I'm going to start with you. What did you think of the World Cup? Tommy Cole has been a friend of mine for 40 years. Tommy and I go way back, and I love the hell out of the guy. That's why I came there to support his stuff. What did you think of it? Did you have a good time? Did you like the feels? Give us your input.
Yeah, definitely. I was real busy because we had to be there, super early to make sure the paint was getting out and stuff like that. So I didn't really get a good chance to like fully walk around, but I saw it, before. But to me, it seemed super crazy busy. I mean, it felt like maybe one of the busier events that I've been to.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Because, Tommy said that last year they had almost 400 teams, and they had almost 500,000 people walk through the weekend. Now, this year they had almost 700 teams. I think he told me 682 or something like that.
I heard 88.
88. Yep. Then you could be right. So anyhow, that's a lot of teams. And I don't know how many people walked through. If he had over 500,000 last year, it was just packed. The first couple of days was just crazy out there, man. And you guys all know Weiss, right? Dave Cook.
Yep.
Yeah, we got him watching. Dave has been a friend of mine forever. Actually, I think, and you know him, Freddie.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I think when he came out to my field and started playing, he was like 14 or 15 or something like that. And now the kid's, he's 50 years old or 50 some years old, and he's still playing at a very, very high level. Absolutely love it. So, Brody, you were talking about getting out there early. I got to tell you, Edgar Matthias, he goes, yeah, Freddie goes, our first game's at 7:00. So they had to get out there like at 5:30. And I'm like, oh my God, he's watching too. Holy crap. Edgar, that's pretty, that's funny. Edgar, you like the hat? So anyhow, yeah. So he goes, yeah, we got to get out there at 7 o'clock. Our first game's at 7, so they have to get out there like at 5:30. I got to tell
I
you,
had a similar one.
I remember those days, and I'm glad that I don't have those days anymore. So what time did you start, Brody, and who did you play with?
So I didn't play out there. I started at like we used to open the booth, the infamous booth at
Yeah.
gosh, probably about 5:30. So we would end up leaving about 5 every day and make sure we're there about 5:30 because we had to be there, like I said, to get the Pro Shar paint out and get all the paint to the team. So
Right.
it was a must. We had to be there on time, and early for those guys. So
Yeah, I know. I came over. I wanted to meet you. I actually did get to meet you for what was it, about 6 seconds or 8 seconds,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah, but you were getting pulled 50 different ways, man. Yeah, the infamous booth was extremely busy, and you know why it was so busy, don't you? You guys got good products. So
Yeah, the products is,
yeah,
I never like to, because I'm a sales rep too, so I don't like to always just say, hey, listen, this is the best of the best, but it is best of the best. I mean, the gear that he makes is unbelievable. The quality of everything that he touches is just, he tries to make it the best he can make it.
yeah,
I'll do it for you guys.
that's
The new
very cool.
ultralights, man. Like I'm in love.
Well, tell us what you really think, Drake. Yeah, I went over. I talked to Brody ahead of time, and I thought, wow, I'm going to be at the World Cup. I get to meet him. So then I went over there, and he was busy as heck. And then I was getting pulled like 50 different ways. Freddie walked through it on the last day with me, and the last day was my calmest day, and we still couldn't walk 30, 40 feet without having to stop and take pictures and talk to people and stuff. So it was absolutely great. But Brody, I got to tell you, your guys' setup was absolutely beautiful. It really, really was. And the activity that you guys were drawing into there was pretty cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That was by far our biggest booth ever. So we were really super proud of it. We have a lot of product dropping. We ended up dropping like 50 plus products that day or that weekend, actually. So
Wow. Yeah, I wish I could get. I would like to spend more time with you, but I watched you a couple times because I was over across. I went over to the, where Immortal Air is. I keep calling them Air America. Where Danny and Immortal Air was, and we would watch you guys. And I kept wanting to come over, but you were busy. I understand the life of a salesman, and that's to sell. Period.
for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, you had it going on pretty good out there. I thought it was. I thought you guys had a great layout. I thought you did a terrific job, and maybe next time we can sit down and talk a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. And we really appreciate that too. We worked real hard on that. So
No,
Well,
you
I
did a
walked-
good job.
I walked away with the infamous shirt. So
awesome.
it was awesome.
There you go. Yeah, like I say, Brody, I don't put anybody on my show that I don't think is good for paintball. And that's why Drake's on. That's why you're on, and that's why Freddie's on. Drake is he's an up and coming. Gosh, what do I call you, Drake? A filmmaker, video guy, picture taker.
I'm a bit of everything actually. Right now, the main start from my videography and photography is actually from the desire of managing splat action. So I'm a paintball field manager first, but I got into the sport by being a player. And I have more fun doing pictures and refereeing than I do playing. So I don't know where to put me.
Well, the everything guy will work. That'll work for me for right now. When you were there, you took a lot of pictures. I know thousands of them. I got you. But you got to do the Mounds Field. Now, when I first got there, the Mounds Field was, that was a trip. I've seen lots of Mounds Field, but this had like the ferns and stuff growing out of it, and just it was crazy. The first day I stood on one side, and you could not see anybody on the other side. Period. So you were out there filming it. What do you think?
There were pictures where there's 3 people in bushes that are all pointing guns at each other, and none of them know that they're there. Like friendlies not talking to one another. Just it was closer to classic paintball than I thought it would be. The snake that they did, like adding telephone poles and making it not like absolute just mounds, was
Yep.
a huge bonus. Like it made it way more dynamic.
I thought that was terrific. When I first seen that, I thought, what a great addition to a Mounds field. It was the way they set it up was absolutely terrific.
I got
And
some really cool videos of people trying to like I got one picture of somebody trying to crawl over the telephone poles and like his hopper coming off and
Oh wow.
wow, Edgar Matias is. I just put him up there real quick, Brody. Edgar Matias, he's one of the Filipino guys. Filipino paintball, and they're a huge organization. When I first put Edgar on, I think they had like 700 people, and now they're probably like 1,200 or something like that. And he was just saying, Infamous had one of the best venues. So, coming from Edgar, he doesn't just throw that stuff out there. So you guys did pretty good out there, Brody.
Yeah, we set up a big complex out there. We set up, I mean, basically from arc anodizing all the way down. So, I mean, on an overhead view, our booth was definitely the biggest. I mean, it was massive. We did a massive booth this time.
Yeah, well, the booth was big, but the layout inside was really good. I
Yeah.
think that's what attracted so many people into it. Freddie, you went in there. Obviously, you bought a
Yeah.
shirt. You
Yes, I
didn't. It
did.
wasn't like a drive-by buying, was it? So
Nope.
you went in and you walked around. So,
Yeah.
what do you think of the layout that he had there?
It was incredible. I mean, just it was like a maze. You go in there, and it's just like you had a booth in the center, you had booths on the sides. It was incredible. What drew me in at first was the shirt that you had out front, which was the skull. Was it the mouse skull with
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the yeah, that's the one I bought. I saw
Oh,
that,
that's
and then
cool.
we walked in there. I loved the skull jersey. I wanted to get one of those, and my wife and I were just walking around looking at everything. She was even blown away with all the shirts, and the material was really nice. And it was, I mean, I could have blown my whole bank account in there. It was,
Eh,
Yeah, yeah. Travis, and the rest of the guys are. I mean, they work really hard on setting it up and getting everything the way they like it, and just like I said with the quality and stuff like that. He really focuses on that. It's not like he just wants to make gear just to get rid of it. He's looking to make the best gear he can make. He's not really trying to compete with other companies like making better gear of this gear. He's really just worried about us, and that's what I can really appreciate.
right.
yeah, that's good because you don't have good gear, you don't stay in business. It's it's
We
cut and
have
dry.
good
And
team too. Our team is
yeah,
amazing.
oh yeah, and to be honest with you, if you don't have good gear, I really don't like seeing you stay in business either. Because it's
Yeah,
just
for sure.
yeah, it's just bad for the sport. Period. So and Edgar Matias says that was Dave Wees Cooksfield, the Mounds field, and he's absolutely right. Wees was cooking on that field, man. Absolutely doing a great job. So Drake, now you took a lot of pictures. Looked like you were busy, busy, busy. Wait, what did you think first of all of the event, and what do you think about doing now in the future? You got to have some kind of plan of what you want to do in the future with paintball.
oh, the World Cup was kind of almost, I want to say, spur of the moment for me. I planned it like October, and I was like, I'm driving. And then I started messaging people, and actually, speaking of teams you sponsor, the Leftovers, I decided just to jump on one of Matt Ingalls' teams and played Sunday 10-man, and decided just to jump in and do a bunch of pictures with Aaron Carey. And after doing that, I was able to work a couple of deals while I was there for the field that I manage out in Malala. And right now, my goal is to make the Northwest, like airball and rec ball scene alive again. It's kind of fallen off. We didn't have the community used to have, and I'm wanting to foster that again. We used to have like 3 or 4 sponsored teams out there. we have like one right now. I want to change that and bring back the Northwest's community.
Well, we're all kind of working on that a little bit. Jim Lively, he did a lot of events back in the past. And like I always say, two events you wanted to do in the past. One was Jim Lively's Masters, and the other was Jerry Brown's World Cup. They were just the best of the best. But, Jim actually did a 7-man up there. And that's actually where I got to meet Drake. Quick story here. We were up there, and Tim Schloss, Tiger Stripe Camouflage, him and I, like I say, my friend for many, many years. I have a team called a band, and we got like Bud Orr and Dan Colby and all these guys, but we only had 3 guys from the band show up there because nobody could get up there. So I had Tim Schloss, myself, and Gumby, Stephen Santasorda. Well, I'm going to blow his name too, but that's cool. And anyhow, he was. Yeah, Freddie, you've heard me do it for years. So anyhow, so we showed up. There was only 3 of us, but it was a 7-man tournament, and Tim's like, well, what do you want to do, Freddie? And I go, well, you know what? I'll go play with 3 guys. Big deal. I'm there to have fun. I didn't go up there expecting the trophy. Come on. I went up there to have a good time and make paintball bigger and better and meet some new people. Well, what was cool about the WCPL is when guys weren't playing, the guys were with other teams, but when they weren't playing with their team and we weren't playing against their team, they would jump on and play paintball with us. And we're like, oh man, that was so cool. Well, anyhow, Drake comes up and Drake's like, I hear you guys are looking for some men. And I go, we're looking for a few good men. And anyhow, he goes, well, yeah. So anyhow, so he jumps on, and what happens? We win that game. He goes, he pulls the flag and hangs the flag, and it was just an absolutely cool time. But the point being is, this is up in Molalla, Oregon, so this is up in the Northwest. And now, I know Guy Cooper is watching right now. That's another big legend, Guy Cooper. Absolutely love him. And yep, he said he's going to make it next year. You better, because I'm going to try to make it up to Border Wars next year. And Guy Cooper, he's a big guy at Border Wars up there. So I'm looking at. Hey, did you get to play Border Wars, Drake?
I did not. I wanted to make it out, but I was a bit busy.
Maybe both of us could do it next year.
Would be fun. Speaking of that weekend, Fred, actually, that was my step up weekend for Splat Action. It was my official step up as the manager out there. I had been doing a bit of their social media and such, but that weekend was basically my trial run to see if I was able to manage the field. So I was working my butt off. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen arrived at like 1:30 a.m. that Friday night, and I was directing them where to park. And that was one heck of an event that Jim Lively helped us put on.
It was absolutely terrific. And I got to tell you, I was very glad I made that trip up there and had just a great time. And I got to meet you, just like going down to Cup this year. I talked to Brody before I went down there, and I could not wait to meet him. And now I can say I met him, but I can say it was a short meeting.
Yeah, real fast.
maybe next time we can both steal away and just sit down and talk a little bit.
Yeah,
but
for
you
sure.
guys at the next camp out at Splat. We're wanting to host them like pretty much every weekend if people are wanting to be there.
Look what I got here. You know this guy, Freddie?
No.
Yeah. People wonder what what my turkey is going to look like, and here it is.
Hey,
here you
My
go.
partner.
party here.
Here you go. Yeah.
There's a Christmas party. Dude,
You're early.
My brother
You're
from another
early.
mother.
You're early. Yeah.
you said 7:30.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
like an hour early.
That's what I told him too. I told him, you want to be on the night and surprise Freddie? He goes, yeah. I go, well, show up at 7:30.
What's
He goes,
up, brother?
he goes, isn't that an hour after you're off? And I go,
It's like
yeah.
an hour early. Hey, this stuff was just littering your yard.
Oh, wow. Was it really?
I don't know. Is that in the front yard? Look, there's even paint in here.
Oh my gosh. No.
See, this is what I
Yeah.
miss, man. This is what I
Hey.
miss.
Oh wow.
My
No,
God.
don't miss it.
That's a tube.
Don't miss it. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of you guys, yeah, you probably don't even know what this is, do you, Drake?
You
I
put
do,
sparks in it.
and only because the old heads at Splat, we had people come out and play with an old Phantom and had the pump and everything, and they just actually left it out on the field, and we found it and we reported it to the kid, and they're like, "You want it for like $100?" Shane Adams jumped on that, bought it, and we never saw it again.
You know, what's funny is I show this to most youngsters. I go, you know what this is? And they're like, I don't smoke cigars. I'm
Cigar,
like,
yeah.
all right. That's how it
It
is.
doesn't. The optics don't look great.
You know, we remember the days you used to run and slide into a bunker, and there was like 10,000 CO2 cartridges back there, you know, and it was like being on roller bearings. You just slide into there. It was absolutely crazy. Brody, this is, oh my gosh. This is my buddy. He kind of is my gatekeeper out here. And him and Freddie are the two guys that actually brought me back into paintball. This is Brody Davis. He's infamous guy. So
Nice to meet you.
Bottom left.
bottom left. That's Drake. Top right, he is up and coming star when it comes to doing all kinds of videos and everything like that. And the guy down below is last year's turkey, but we still love him, don't we? Yeah, I
You
know.
up, man.
I know
You're
it.
beautiful.
I know. Now stop it. You'll shrink.
I'm beautiful. He's beautiful.
Yeah,
We're all
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. Don't cry. You'll shrink my shirt. So anyhow, you know, we are talking a little bit about the World Cup, which you did not get to go to.
Nope.
Yep. But
I was banned.
yeah, you were banned. But you know,
Lifetime.
next year we might lift the ban. We're working on that right now.
I'm the
Please
Pete Rose
do.
paintball.
Yeah, he's
Please
the-
do.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, you don't. You couldn't take him, Freddie. You couldn't. You
What?
couldn't take him. I mean,
Oh
he's
my
good now
God.
for a half hour. You can handle that. But you know, I'm with
That's my brother.
I'm with him every day. Oh, man,
over
I
there.
can tell you.
That's my little brother.
Right here.
Yeah, there you go. So, Brody, you know, you guys, obviously you did the World Cup. What is your next event that you guys are going to be set up at? Or if you're not going to be set up right away, how can people get a hold of you and check out your products?
Well, they can always, you can always email me at brody@infamouspaintball.com, but you can also go to our website, infamouspaintball.com. You can check out all our gear there. If you're looking to do any dealer thing, dealer account setups, then you should just get a hold of me. Would be the easiest way. But as you know, a customer, you can always just go right to the website and check it out. It's fairly up to date.
Nice.
All right.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
because
have any?
you know,
Do what?
Do you guys have any sort of storefront in the Northwest?
So I mean, not particularly like our store, but we are definitely starting to try to, get the gear all the way across the country for sure. So definitely going to have a lot more, we have a lot more fields and stuff like that are going to be carrying the gear and the paint and everything like that. So yes.
where are you centrally out of right now?
So I'm in Michigan, and that's where our warehouse is at. Our main headquarters is in Michigan. So that's where it's at. But we also have some hubs. We have one in Florida. We're working on one in California right now. So mostly paint though. Paints are most of our hubs, but all our gear comes from Michigan.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna WCPL. We're setting up for our paint for next year because obviously we shot Belkin. You know, Gino and I have been friends for many years, and we shot Belkin, and obviously Belkin is not around right now, and so we've talked to a few different paint companies, and we're going to be making a decision here probably in the next 30 days before the first of the year. For our tournaments and for everything else through the course of the year. So we're looking forward to that. And, you know, I was just telling Drake and Freddie, you know, I was trying to get these two linked up because Kiko and Freddie, they did a lot of video stuff. As a matter of fact, Kiko sees a lot of his video stuff popping up online all the time. Am I right?
From back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, from back in the day.
2002. Somebody posted some work I did with PB Films, Billy Payne.
Yep.
So
yeah, and you know, it's just funny that stuff surfaces all the time, and Freddie, you've done, you and Kiko did a million videos, because always talking. He's always still talking about, oh yeah, Freddie and I did this back in the day. Oh,
So-
Freddie and I did that.
I have
I'm
a
still
question
waiting
for
for those.
Drake.
I'm still waiting for those memory cards, Kiko. Come on, man, send them on.
He
I'm
deleted.
working on my paintball time machine right now. Okay, if I can go back in time and correct everything, I'm going to be the guy, and him going to create the airball situation, hyperball. What else?
I told you, Freddie. I told
Yep, we're working on it. It
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why he was gone
Sound
for
like
so
my
long
neighbor.
in the game for 16 years.
Yeah.
He was out there correcting time, showing
There
him
you
how
go.
it's
Guys,
done.
it's like I'm still with you guys. Jeez.
So I got a question for Drake. So you take a lot of team, you go to an event and you solicit teams to do packages, is what you do?
For the most part, that's what the Aaron Carey media crew is more focused on. This year, I was just more focused on the candid photography of the event and of the community. So a lot of the stuff I'm doing is just for me personally to go through and edit and post up and share and get in contact with people and be like, hey, I have pictures of you. Here you go. But in the future, the idea would be to solicit teams to get package deals of X photos for a cost, but this year that was not my focus.
Yeah, because you were out there, when the teams were playing. I was watching you, taking tons of pictures. How many pictures did you and your group take this last weekend?
I don't have a total count yet. I am
Estimate.
the one that's been entrusted with all the SD cards, and I've gotten through about 6 of the 30 I was given, and I have uploaded 13,000 photos already. And a
13,000
good few-
photos out of the 6.
out of 6 of the SD cards, yeah.
Wow.
Just
Yep.
a few.
There you go.
And now the group you work with, you guys pay a fee to go to these major events. Is that correct?
Yeah, this year for divisional media, which is what we were, it was $100 per person, and there was only, I believe, 100 slots or so.
Right.
I'm not sure.
No, that's about right. And so you could offset, because a lot of teams, believe it or not, if you you can do a team each time. You can do a bunch of teams at the same time, and just you should solicit yourself at $300, maybe $400 to take some team pictures and give them to them.
Right.
This way, it offsets your expenses, and what it also does is it gets your name out there. The more people you deal with, the more your name's going to get out there. Just like like Brody, he pushes Infamous, so I'm trying to help him with that too. If everybody keeps working like this, we make paintball better, bigger and better, and that's exactly what you could do if you did the team thing. And it's something you should consider, because Kiko's absolutely right about that. So,
I'm pretty sure he considered it, right?
Oh, absolutely. That is what the lead photographer focuses on, because she makes it more her business. So I believe she said that she made over like $10,000 last year selling pictures.
talk about Erin.
Yes.
Yeah, she's great. I had her on the show last week. She's pretty cool. I'm going to have her back on again. She was a lot of fun. I had her and David Stain on. David.
Maybe we can get all of the whole media crew on sometime, and we can talk about the whole armada of pictures that we have all decided we have to edit.
I don't know if I could take all you guys at once, but
Money.
I could give it a shot. That's not a problem. Yeah, absolutely. Freddie, you've taken a gazillion pictures back in the day, and if you're going to be at World Cup next year, you should think about maybe doing the same thing and working with Drake. Maybe, maybe you guys could link up and just do something. Maybe we could get you a drone license for down there.
That'd be great. I still have both the drones. I still have all the video cameras and all the equipment
the
that
master.
Kiko and I had.
He's the master. That's my friend Freddie. I know him.
He's got my master switcher too, but I didn't want to bring that up unless you started talking. So, but anyhow.
I picked up my first personal camera on the way home from Florida. I used all of Aaron's equipment while I was down there. but I couldn't help but buy one on my way home.
What kind did you get? Can I ask?
It's a Nikon D7500. It's a 4K video camera. I just need to get a decent lens on it now.
I got a Sony camera that I bought. Remember that one that I bought,
Yep.
Freddie? It's
Yep.
got like 5 lenses. It's got 3 batteries or something like that. And I've looked at it and then I put it back in the box. So, you know.
Okay, I got a question for Mr. Davis on the bottom left. Your paint, you're selling a paint product, right? The paintballs, is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
And they're manufactured. You talked about that, Fred. I was,
A
I
little
didn't
bit.
get a green room. I had to sit out front here. That's when I found this. I tripped on this. This is a barrel from a, I don't know what kind of barrel is that.
Smart Parts Barrel.
Smart Parrot. Yeah, I mow his lawn for him, and it's like stuff's coming out. What's that? A spider?
You know
What's
what
that?
sucks is it's
That's it,
AstroTurf. That's
Yeah,
what bothers
exactly.
me. So, but anyway,
No, yeah, it pays well.
I got the shortest AstroTurf on the neighborhood.
So you're Brody, your paint
Yeah.
comes from is it
Europe.
an American made? Europe. And that's
Yep.
Poland, I take it?
No,
No?
Nope. Nope. It's made in Russia.
In Russia.
Yes.
Get that
Mhm.
word out of here. Russia.
yeah, yep. Yeah, because the other guy that was there, Michael, I call him, he pronounces it different. He was there pushing his paint too, and it's from Poland.
Poland, the Verst.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was a
Mhm.
nice guy too. He was just there's a lot of good people right now that are getting into the sport, and the paint is a big thing.
Huge.
Brody, that
It helps.
exactly huge is the word. And that's what kind of was. People think that making that paint is so easy, and it is not even close
No.
to
No.
easy. And you can ask Gino how easy it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
No,
it's
it's very complicated to make paint. I think one thing with us being able to, with ProShar only makes paintballs. So they are, 100% focused on quality and control, because basically if they don't make good paintballs, they're not in business. So they
Right.
have to make good paintballs. So they go above and beyond. I mean, if you ever even just wanted to look up like testing, just hit up like YouTube and look up ProShar and you'll start to see how they test it. It's pretty crazy how all the the testing. They keep a batch of paint, like so for every batch of paint they make, they take a sample of it and put it in a facility, like a storage facility. So if there was ever an issue with that paintball, they want to be able to go back and look, what did we do wrong? Did we do anything wrong? Was it, something like that, retest it. And it's not so we could say, no, this paint was good when we gave it to you. It's just because they're that conscious of what they're doing and what they're making, because they really just strive to make the best product they can make.
Yeah, it's very hard. When Gino, he bought the company down in Southern California also, and he brought
Mhm.
Mike Radko in. I don't know if you know Mike Radko, but
I do.
Yeah, Mike Radko. When I was sponsored by Zap, they flew me up to Canada, and that's where I met Mike Radko, and he's very, very good at because you're saying, the texture, everything about it is extremely difficult. Is the skin too hard, too soft? Is the seam too big? Is the seam good? And the fill is a real major thing because, if the fill separates, with shipment or anything else, that ball's not going to fly straight. That ball's going to shoot around
Be wonky.
corners and stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. So, it's a very, very complicated thing.
It is. There's a very thin line of, making a paintball that is perfect. It's like, there's size differences, there's, temperature, humidity. That was a big struggle at World Cup for us, was to make sure that we had paint that was good for 25 degrees in the morning. Actually, it was more like 40, but felt like 25. It was
Yeah.
freezing in the mornings. And then by the end of the day, it was 80 degrees, so like that was a real tough thing. And I think we nailed it. I think we just had, our paint was so good in World Cup, that we did have, like I said, sometimes there's that issue of being just too cold and it being maybe a little too brittle, or being too hot and it being a little too bouncy. But I think we nailed it perfectly, getting the exact what they needed for the time, for the weather.
Yeah. The weather's a huge thing too.
Huge.
last year, I got Belkin paint, so I can talk about Belkin because he's not here anymore. But last year I got Belkin paint for a tournament that we did up in by Sacramento, right?
Yep.
So they shipped the paint to us. It's supposed to get there on a Thursday. They called me up Tuesday and go, "We're up here with your paint." Well, it's like what, 108 degrees out or something like that?
It was 109.
Yeah, 109 degrees. So
I was unconscious, right? Rendered unconscious by the heat.
yeah, you were.
Yeah, I fell out in the middle of.
Yeah, I got
Thank
$6. I got $6 off them while he was solid. But anyhow, that's another story. So we take and they call me up and I says, I'm an hour and a half from there. I said, I can't get up there. I said, you're supposed to deliver it on Thursday. So the guy goes, okay. So come to find out, they delivered on Thursday, like at 5 p.m. They had it, kept it in a box truck for those 2 days. This paint was in 109 degree outside, how hot it was inside that box truck. So we took the paint, we put it underneath a tarp, and we put an air conditioner underneath it. And I got to tell you, that paint shot like darts. It was absolutely incredible. So, just like Brody was talking about, the difference in temperature, you start at 40 degrees and then you're 80 degrees in the afternoon. If you got a paint that's shooting consistent that entire time, then you pretty much are doing everything right.
Yeah, you got a great ball if you do. What I always explain to people is one of the best thermometers for paintball is your body. If paintballs want to be in the same as what your house is, that 60, 68 to 70 degrees with 50% humidity. When you feel hot, they feel hot, same with humidity. If it's humid, you feel humid, it's humid. It's same with cold. When you're cold, the paintballs are cold. So that's one of those things where, like I said, you have to really be conscious of what you're sending people. And, trucking companies can be a little, problematic. They
More than
they
a
can
little.
always, they're really tough sometimes. But I got to say with us, I have a really great rep that takes care of a lot of problems for me. So, I don't want to jinx myself, but he's been amazing for sure. So,
yeah, well,
with the trucking companies,
sometimes it's like rolling the dice.
Yeah.
It's, and 3 things that can kill a tournament, and that's roughing, air, and above all, paint.
100%.
Absolutely. You want to blow a tournament, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. So Freddie, you went through and Drake. Now, did you get a chance to go through the infamous booth when you were up there?
I did. I actually purchased 2 pairs of pants and kept wanting to buy more after I realized what they were. Brody actually told me when I bought them that the infamous name was designed to be replaced, and I'm already trying to make a custom apparel order for Splat Action.
Excellent.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, right on. That's sharp. How do you like the pants? Uh-oh. Battery's running low. I got it. Trade me places. Talk to Kiko for a minute.
Talking to me is like talking to Fred. There we go. Wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, this is what it's like in the big chair. Yes. Let me show you what you're doing wrong. Oh, I guess I'm out. I'm in. I'm out. I'm in. I'm out.
You're out.
Okay. See how that works?
Game over.
Usually
Please
I
allow
do
me to
not run
interrupt
out of juice
myself.
on my computer, but I think because I got Kiko in here, he's
Yeah,
sucking
I
up
suck
all the
that
energy.
power, man.
Yeah.
I have the power.
I appreciate that, guys. So anyhow, back to Drake and the pants. Did you like the pants? They pretty cool.
Oh, I've washed them and they have become a daily wear very quickly. I'm in love with the dual front pockets. I regret my Kevlar decision just because you don't have that front pocket on the Kevlar ones.
Oh wow! So you walked through the tent too, Freddie. Obviously, you bought a T-shirt there too. Did you get inside and look at like the mask and everything else that they have there?
Yes. Yeah. I walked around. I looked at a lot of stuff. It's overwhelming. Like when you go into that place because there's so much to look at. You can spend easily 2-3 hours in there, and I feel like you probably wouldn't be able to see everything. I mean, there's a lot to take in. Like I sat there and stared at that skull jersey for at least 20 minutes. I was like, and I'm like, I really want that. My wife is like, well, that's really cool and all, but where are you gonna wear that? And I'm like, when I play. She goes, okay, where are you playing? I'm like, because here where I live, there's two paintball fields, and neither one of them are like, I mean, come on. In California, Kiko knows there's a paintball field every 20 minutes from each other, and it's like
9 fields within 75 miles.
Yeah.
yeah, and we've hit what 13. We filmed 13 of them.
Yep.
So it's just like in here, just like you go there, you're like, oh, okay. Oh, little kids are playing. That's nice and all. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to shoot up a bunch of little kids. I still
Come on.
got I still got Eleanor. I still got my.
He's changed. He's changed.
Well, you're as tall as him.
You've changed.
Yeah.
Save your chin, man.
It always used to be, hey, the newbies are out. Let's go get them, man.
Go put the camos
Guys,
on and go
guys-
get them.
Guys, you're giving away all my secrets, okay?
Come on.
Just because I shop in the junior section doesn't mean, I'm. But
Kid
yeah,
size 12.
I gotta tell you, Fred, yeah, but you're a giant when it comes to filming. That's why I wanted to link you and Drake up.
Well,
and Brody, I wanted you to get to meet. You already know Drake, but I wanted you to introduce you to Freddie the Ref, and this is this crazy guy here. He's kind of
Kiko who?
my gatekeeper.
Kiko what?
He keeps an eye on me all the time.
Ask Mark Gong.
Yeah,
he was my right hand man.
I
really
would.
was.
Yeah.
Little Freddie was afraid to meet Fred. I said, but he's just human, man. And he was like, and then he was crying. Freddie was, oh, this is beautiful. I'm beautiful. You're beautiful. And I was like, come on, man.
You know what?
So it just went downhill.
I was looking at some of the goggle systems, and it was that new goggle system that was at the corner of the booth. The name of it escapes me right now, but I was talking to the guy who showed me some of the hoppers and stuff like that they have, and then I had my hat on and I flipped it around back where it says Freddie the Ref, and he recognized it. He goes, "You're Freddie the Ref." He goes, "You filmed Fred Schultz." He goes, "You did the interview with Fred Schultz." And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I've seen that video." He goes, "I watched it at least 20 times." And I was like, "Oh, right on, man." So that was pretty cool that somebody actually,
Well, you're still
recognize
popular as
that.
heck. You're still popular out here. Oh,
They're
absolutely.
waiting. I don't know.
People are, when they find out, because I didn't really publicize the heck out of it for the past few days, because every time I'll tell you what happened is I used to, after I get done with my show on Tuesday, the next day I would publicize what I was going to have on the following Tuesday. Well, then somewhere between Wednesday and the following Tuesday, a million other things come up and change in paintball. So now I don't publicize anything until the day before.
He's getting old.
And
He's pacing himself.
you are who? Anyhow.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
I'm the guy back here behind Fred,
Yeah,
holding
there
him
you
up. Okay, move your lips.
there you go.
Well, listen, I was the guy behind the camera. Kiko was actually the face of Freddie the Ref on my social medias. I mean, he did all the interviews and stuff like that. And I was
You
just the guy
actually, when John Amadea came out and filmed me for the history of paintball,
yeah.
you actually filmed me at the same time.
Twice.
Yeah, twice.
He's got his and mine. I
Yeah.
got mine.
Oh,
Yep.
you too? Huh?
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be, John wanted to do a 15-minute interview or something like that. And we ended up doing that one for an hour
and a half?
20, hour
Yeah.
and 20 minutes, hour and a half.
I had to change
So-
batteries in the camera.
That's right.
So-
That's right.
You did Glenn Palmer, a nice thing on Glenn
Yes.
Palmer. Freddie did
Yep.
at his house,
Yep.
which is
Yep.
few and far between. Rich Telford.
Yeah, Rich was on my team, Contra Pursuit. So
And
Brody, Freddie's done and same way with you, Drake. Freddie's done an awful lot of the people back in the day, and that's why I wanted to link you two guys up. And and I wanted to introduce Brody to you two guys too, because Infamous has some good products, and I felt really bad when I was down there. I didn't get to talk to Brody. God, I don't think we talked for 15 seconds, and that
No,
was
it was
it,
quick.
And yeah, and you were busy, so I went back over to the other booth, and then I got busy, and just one thing led to another.
Did you call Sharansky yet?
No.
Got to remind him.
Yeah.
I got new shoestrings.
Billy Stransky, you know Billy Stransky, right, Brody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, he tried out. He tried out for my team back in the day, and I cut him. So anyhow, yeah, he got a hold of me when we were at World Cup because I started out with JT, JT Goggle, and so I wanted to go back with JT Goggle again.
They got some nice goggles.
Yeah. So
coming out.
Anyhow, I was supposed to talk to him when I was there, and this is the second time
twice.
I got twice.
What about Greenspan? You return his call? He's always, what's up with Fred? Is he difficult or whatever? Oh, you just don't know, I told him.
Yeah, that's why. Anyhow, so what kind of goggles is Freddie talking about, Brody? You know?
Were you you're talking about the ones that were in the Infamous booth?
No. This was God. It was like in the corner. It was like in the corner of the courtyard, right across from where that middle bar was. You know what I'm saying?
Was it Carbon?
Carbon, that's it. Yes,
I know
that
what
was
he's
it.
talking about. Oh, I thought you were talking about because you guys sell masks too, don't you, Brody?
So we do sell masks, but we sell the JTs. So we don't. Basically, we released the highlighter frame, which was really cool. That was a really cool color. So
yeah, some of the frames are going crazy out there for the prices too. They were selling left and right. I actually went over. I was supposed to because I seen Billy when we were having breakfast. Kevin's watching too. Carbon or Virtue? Yeah, I don't know. Kevin, it was Carbon. So anyhow, so when I was having breakfast, Kevin Donaldson and I were having breakfast. Billy Stransky came over, and he told me, he says, get a hold of me, we'll talk. Well,
I'll remind him again tomorrow, and he'll be like, okay, I got it.
This happened a year ago too. That's the sad part about it. And then it just happened last weekend again too. So, but I'm going to talk to him, I promise, because I like JT goggles.
They're awesome.
They are.
Four pairs.
They absolutely are.
They take me back. They take me back. They're obviously the mask that when I was a kid, I had.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I've had John Gregory. You know John Gregory, Drake? No,
I do not.
Yeah, John Gregory is the guy that started JT, and him and his wife. And anyhow, John's been on my show a couple times already. I put him and Bud Orr on. And I get them two wound up, and man, I just go kick back because they'll sit and they'll tell stories and talk for days. So I gotta love those two guys, man. So Drake, real quick, what are you looking for in the future now? Because you're an up and coming kid. You're going to be doing really, really good. You've got a terrific attitude. You've got a great talent. What are you looking forward to now in paintball? To get
right now, it's gonna be the new property that we just got our hands on and officially got approved as a park. It was like a farm use, and now it is officially like the same zoning as Oaks Park. And recently, in the Northwest, Oaks Park stopped allowing unaccompanied minors under the age of 17. So there's no longer a spot in the Northwest for that, and we would like to change that. We are not just going to be doing paintball on this property. We're going to be doing all sorts of things. We want to be developing a crazy kart course and all sorts of things, but we are paintball centric. Right now, we are working with GI on some exclusivity terms to get a proper airball field rolling. We got all of George Fox's old turf from their football and soccer pitches, and it is enough to make hyperball and airball galore. All we need is some drainage and the bunkers and some volunteer labor hours. And we're going to have a metropolis out there. We have Action Acres old air systems and a couple of other air compressors and plenty of bulk tanks. We're ready to hit the ground running coming 2026.
Well, Drake, anything I can help you with, buddy.
This is a big exclusive?
I want you to let me know about
this. Is exclusive. He just, right? You're the first Fred, the first to know about this?
This
Nationwide?
is the first announcement of us getting approved as a park.
There you have it, Fred. Worldwide, right?
I feel special now.
Prestige,
We are
worldwide.
currently building a jelly ball field, Guy Cooper. It is going to be right behind our sales shed. It's going to be netted off right next to a netted off water area.
Guy Cooper?
It's going to be kind of cool.
You just mentioned Guy Cooper, right?
Yeah, he's commenting in chat, and I'm responding.
Real quick story, because we've already run over the hour, but a real quick story. I was talking to the guy that does the border wars when I was up in Oregon, right? And Malala. And so anyhow, make a long story short, he goes, yeah, he says we were all set. This is years ago. He goes, we were all set to do it, but we didn't have hardly anybody from one state. I can't remember which state it was. All the people were there from one state and hardly nobody from the other state. And he goes, all of a sudden we hear this roar, and out of nowhere, he said, this pickup truck comes roaring over the hill. A Guy Cooper standing up in the back of the pickup truck holding a flag and a whole line of cars and players behind him. He said it was like something out of a movie, man. So I thought that was very, very cool. What's going on, Lance? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And
all right, so I'm getting an army to drive to Florida with me next year. How many rigs can make that 6,000-mile trip? Let's do it.
There you go. Piece of cake.
A couple on the way.
There you go.
Question for Brody, real quick. Do you have any things to drop? You want to drop secretly or anything to the viewing public?
Yeah, so we just dropped a ton of new stuff. We're actually, since we're cold here in Michigan, we have a lot of I don't know if you guys have ever seen the player hoodies, but the player hoodies are probably the coolest hoodie I've ever seen in general, not even just in paintball. They have like Kevlar arms, they're extra heavy. They were made to play in, but a lot of people around here just wear them in general. So when they were so successful, we decided to drop the player sweatpants now. So we have like a full sweatpants outfit, player style, extra thick. That's all Pro DNA gear. So we have Infamous, Pro DNA. We have Powerhouse. We also have FNDN, which is like heated clothing line. So that's a really cool something to check out on the site as well. And we have heated pretty much everything from base layers to jackets to socks to hand warmers, gloves. We also have the new Prodration that we just dropped, which is like a hydration mix, which is pretty cool. So we have so many new gear and products dropping daily. So check out the website if you want to stay up to date on it for sure.
Well, you know what we can do sometimes too is I'd like to have you back on again sometimes, Brody, and maybe you can,
for sure.
And maybe you can take and bring some of your products on, and we can go ahead and feature some of your stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
I'm actually heading out there Friday, so I can grab a bunch of all the new gear and some of the really cool stuff that I'd love to show.
Yeah, maybe in a few weeks, I'll pull you on and we'll go ahead and do that, because I'd like to set up one to do with you. I'm going to set up one to do with Freddie, and I'm going to set up one to do with Drake and David Steen, and I'll put all of you guys on together, and Aaron, all of you guys together at one time. I think it'd be a pretty cool show.
The drop episode.
Real fast, Brody,
dropping with Fred.
If you wanted to send over like a quote of like one or two of the new sizes of each of the new apparel, I think I could get Splat Action to sign off on an order.
Yeah, definitely. Just Facebook me, and I'll definitely send you over.
I think I have your number. I'll shoot you an SMS.
My pants are 34-32. My pants.
Right on, for sure.
No, 34. That's your IQ. You get that confused.
Yeah. Did you know that Joe Biden had an IQ of 128? 128, and he was the president?
Yeah. Well, I got the same thing, only backwards. Anyhow, so guys, we kind of blew past the hour here.
It's okay.
I'm going to start with you, Drake. I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody, but I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on tonight. And I'll go ahead and set that up to put all you guys on together here in the next few weeks. All right.
For sure. I greatly appreciate the opportunity. I've got a lot of editing to do. Keep posted on my socials. I'll be posting a lot of candid photography as I get to it.
If people want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you, Drake?
It's gonna be my first and last on any of the social medias. I got really lucky. If you need to email me, it's just draketeples@gmail.com even.
Very cool.
Easy enough.
Teeples. So I was pretty close with your name, huh?
It was close. It's a very common. T-ples is very, very normal, but it is T-poles. Like telephone poles, but with 2 E's.
Oh, T-poles. Oh,
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, smoke signals.
I suck. So anyhow, all right, Drake. Well, thanks again for coming on tonight. And I'll go ahead and I'll get that set up with you, David, and Aaron in the next few weeks. All right.
That'd be awesome.
You got it, brother. Thanks again. All right. Bye now. Great kid. A up and coming. Very, very happy to have him on. His attitude, it's just great. Brody, one thing, it's like I tell everybody, people, attitude is a big thing in paintball. If they see a guy coming off the field, if people are there watching people play and they think about getting into the sport of paintball and they see guys coming off swearing and yelling and stuff, they're not going to want to get into paintball. But they see people with a good attitude. It's not you. They definitely want to try the sport of paintball out. It's a absolutely very cool thing. So Brody, you're next. Again, I know you're a busy guy. I appreciate you taking the time to come on here tonight. That was very, very cool. And I would like to have you back on again sometime. And you sign language and everybody now. Anyhow, I'd like to have you back on again sometime with your products. In the next few weeks, I'll set it up.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to come back on for sure. Thanks for having me. And it was great meeting everybody. So
Nice meeting you too.
It's cool. It's cool like that, man. I'm down with you.
Hey, have a good evening, Brody. All right.
all right,
Bye-bye,
you guys do.
buddy.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye now. Brody Davis, infamous paintball. Great guy. These two guys I had on tonight, Drake and Brody and Freddie the ref. Oh, and Kiko.
And who?
Oh, and Kiko.
That guy. I'm that guy.
So, Freddie, real quick, before we say goodbye to
Real
you,
quick.
does it feel like we're all on together now?
It does. It does. This is it's like deja vu here.
It's
You
like
know,
home week. I mean, home week. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, seeing you two together, and with me being able to talk to you guys, it's just like it's
Different.
It's humbling.
You're gonna make me cry,
Yeah,
man. Quit.
I know,
A single
dude.
tear.
I miss you guys so much. It's just like it's crazy.
I love you so much. I hate you now.
We miss you too.
There, I said it. Okay.
Like
You said it, but you're spraying all
Not as
over
much
my.
as I hate him.
Yeah, I know. I'll
That's
take
my
it. Though.
motherfucker.
I'll take it though.
That's my good buddy.
Yeah. So, Freddie.
Did I say the F word?
Yeah, pretty close, man. You almost took me off my G rating. Anyhow.
Oh,
Yeah.
real quick, Fred. I want to tell you something really fast.
Shoot.
You were sitting there talking to my wife, and you mentioned her not to stay in too close to the netting because sometimes the paintballs hit the net and splatter through. Well, I was filming, and she was standing behind me, and I hear her go, "Oh my God, Freddie!" And I turned the camera around, yellow paint all over her nice white shirt. And
Oh no.
she goes, "You know what?" She goes, "Fred Schultz
I'm never
told
watching
me
it
that."
again.
I told her
goes,
not to.
"Fred Schultz." Yeah, and she goes, "And you didn't say anything." And I'm like, great. Now I'm getting in trouble.
I think that's why I'm her favorite now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're her favorite Fred.
You know what? I got to tell you, Freddie, and I'm going to tell you on air here too. You are very, very lucky. She is a terrific lady, and we are so absolutely happy for you to have her.
Thank you.
It is absolutely great. And I want you, on another note, I want you to stay in touch with Drake a little bit. Drake is he's a good kid. He's got an absolutely great attitude, and he's very, very knowledgeable. And I think maybe you could help bump him along. I know I'm going to push him as much as I can to get him higher up in the ranks of paintball because I think he deserves it.
Give him some of that Californication.
Yeah. Yeah. Or that Florida Foolology. I don't know. I'm not sure what it'll be. But anyhow.
Californication.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, Freddie, I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody. But, buddy, I want you to come back on again sometime so we can sit and talk, okay? And what I'll do is...
As long as you have that gentleman right there with you.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Here's the deal breaker.
Who? Me? You want me, Mawa?
I said deal, not meal. Anyhow.
Okay.
All
I
right,
always
Freddie.
move back to California too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what Mark Gong said. You could always move back to California.
I
But
know.
you know what?
I know.
I'm still thinking about moving to Florida, to be honest with you. I've been looking
Okay.
at houses up in Crestview.
Right.
So,
Jet
Yeah,
setting,
you were telling me.
globetrotting, paintball, podcasting, virtual viral superstar, internet, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
who, Kiko?
Who's this guy here?
Look at this.
You,
Who Kiko?
Fred, paintball time traveler.
I gotta go. I gotta
Yeah,
go.
time machine. Wait, you'll see.
Right on, Freddie. Well, we love you, brother, and thanks
Love you
again
guys
for
too.
coming on. Give the wife
Not a
a hug
problem.
for us, all right?
Yeah, don't give a
Will do.
Yeah.
Will
You'll be
do.
like, baby. What are you doing? This is how Fred would do it.
All right, brother. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh my God. Okay.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
What's
nothing.
that?
Nothing is what I wanted you to say, but that didn't
No.
work out either, did it? Okay, time to take the mic away from you. All right, everybody. Again, I appreciate so much my guests coming on tonight. I think they were absolutely terrific guests. And like I say, Freddie the Ref, check him out. Brody Davis, infamous, check him out. Drake, T-Poles. I bet you I'm getting closer. I'm going to practice that anyhow. But anyhow, get a hold of these guys. These guys are absolutely terrific for
Goodbye.
the sport of paintball. So everybody, until next Tuesday evening, 6 o'clock Pacific time on Facebook, please, everybody, play hard, play safe, play fair. We'll see you then. Bye now.